don't know what kind of mushroom this is. I think, oh, we have a mushroom book. Here, let me turn it this way. Oh, spider web. Sorry, I don't mean to make you dizzy and sick. I don't know what kind of mushroom this is, but we have a mushroom book at home that tells us, and this one, I'll put pictures up of it, what it looks like when it's growing in the ground. Oh my gosh, the smell, like I don't even know how to describe it, because it's just like something that's not even right. I'm fixing to have my husband smell it and tell me what he thinks it is. Smell.
It's I'm not smelling that.
Smell it. What? Smell.
No.
Just tell me what it smells like.
Smells like
Does
it's
it smell
dead.
like a rotting corpse?
Yes, it's dead.
No, just
yeah, it
tell
is.
me for
it's
real.
A starfish. It's died.
It's starfish.
It shouldn't be here. It's from the ocean. It shouldn't be here.
Oh, this thing's so stinky.
Something smells.
Anyways, phew, stinky. Let's go look at where I found them. This is what they look like when they're growing out of the ground. And that one, this piece right here, I already broke off. So that, oh God, it stinks so bad. And watch, when I pull them up, look, it's got these legs. Oh, and it smells. I mean, you don't have to pull it up to smell it. It's like a, oh. Like, look at that funk. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just really cool looking. But, oh my gosh, the smell is just... Oh, it stinks so bad. You can smell it walking up. You don't even have to mess with them. There's some more over there. I don't know what kind of mushrooms they are. Mushrooms or fungus or... I don't know. I think they have certain classifications, and I'm not quite sure what that one would be. That one would be classified in stink a lot, whatever classification that is. Anywho, we're out at our property, just checking things out. We had some trespassers last week. We caught on some trail cameras that a friend of mine let us borrow, and we came out here, and of course by the time my husband and other deputies got out here, they had beat feet. Hopefully they realize how quickly we can get out here and maybe not come back. I'm not sure if they were trying to just steal parts off our well or some of our dirt. I don't know. You know, meth heads, they'll steal anything killed myself. They'll steal anything for drugs. So fortunately in the area we're building, houses are kind of starting to get built up, but they're few and far between. So there are people who know that there's houses being built, and they'll come steal your burls and your well parts or whatever else you have laying out here. It doesn't matter. So having security cameras is an absolute necessity, especially if you can get some. We're fortunate where they send us images right away as soon as the images, you know, as soon as they're taken, photos are taken. So this is, yay, progress. Couple steps forward. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just walked uphill. That's a temporary tank. It's only a 20-gallon tank for right now. Our house will have an 86-gallon tank, but it's all installed. It was originally supposed to be over there, but they hit rock and couldn't get past it, so we moved it to the other end of the house. So instead of being on the garage side, it will be, so this is the back. That marker there is the back of the house, and that one is the back of the house. So the kids' bedrooms and kitchen will be all along, and the garage will be along this side. That, of course, I'm looking at the back of the house, and that would be the driveway. Coming in this way, you'd be looking at the front of the house. And then this side will be the master bedroom, and then of course the living room, and then there'll be a small, like, lanai. We plan on putting something, extending it out, because out here we'd like to have an outdoor cooking area. Not anything crazy fancy, just something where we can cook outside and have a little bonfire. And then, unfortunately, the way the builder had to do this, I guess based upon how our land is, he put our garage on this side of the property, which is closest to the property line over here on the north side. And my shop and everything is going to be over here. So it's kind of frustrating because, of course, you know, just thinking about it logically, I guess your garage would be the closest to where your shop is going to be, because you kind of go back and forth between the two. Plus it eliminates traffic through the main entrances of the home, especially when you're dragging in shavings and whatnot. So it's okay, we'll get it. You know, we're just blessed to be able to build a house. So getting too particular on where everything is located, yes, you want to make sure you do it right. You know, we have an opportunity to build a home that's going to be our forever home, you know, unless the Lord leads us somewhere else. We want to make sure that it is going to suit our family. One of the reasons we decided to do this was, one, we came across a great piece of property for a really good price and we couldn't pass it up, and we prayed about it. We prayed on expanding. We want to teach our kids, even though we don't know much about it ourselves because we weren't raised that way, but teach our kids how to be self-sufficient as much as they possibly can. So it's more about not us and what my husband and I want to do for ourselves, but what we want to be able to teach our kids, you know, while we're here and while they're at home, and teach them to make the best out of what they have. And living in a small neighborhood, you're very limited to the animals you can have, the size garden you can have, and yes, you can do a lot with that. But when it starts getting into, I call it government overreach, where they want to control every aspect and what you do with land that you buy, and nothing's really yours because you pay taxes on it for the rest of your life. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. Yeah, so this is about us being able to grow things and grow as a family, learning how to raise animals for food and grow our own gardens, and utilizing everything, you know, of what God has provided for us here. So yeah, we want it to make it to where it's going to work for all of us, and our vision, our dream, our family's goal, collectively all of our goal. So anywho, having a garage on the wrong side, I call it, of the house. I guess there's worse things that could be, so, you know, it's not that big of a deal. The garage will be my shop until we can afford to build, or I don't know if we're gonna get a steel building and just put a concrete pad and have a steel building put out, or do like we did with our first shop. My husband built it. It was a 16 by 24 excuse me, and we got the materials really cheap, and we just ran into another person after another person who had materials. It's a bug biting me. I hate ticks. Materials really, really cheap. So I think total we spent maybe $2,000, $3,000 on building that good sized shop. Of course, there was no concrete pad on the floor. It was all wood flooring and everything, but I mean, that's expensive too. So, you know, we'll see. I wish I had a mill, because then I can mill some of these pine trees. I mean, I don't know much about milling and what's good or not, but it would be nice to be able to mill our own trees and utilize it for fence posts or chicken coops or whatever it is that we have going on. And that might be something later on down the road. I don't know. It would be nice once we start building our homestead that we have those kinds of tools to process our own wood, and, you know, learning to do all of that yourself. It's kind of scary, because you have certain investments that you have to make and you don't know if it's going to work out or not. So that's a leap of faith in itself, you know, learning to do that. So anywho, start with getting a place to live, and once we get here, we'll plan. We're already kind of planning where we want to grow, what animals we want to start with, because we've been doing some research for a while. So that way once we get moved in, we can start focusing on, you know, getting our food supply started, and teaching the kids and getting them involved, and they love, you know, all that stuff, and so do we. Had a little bit of practice with our small property that we had with our house before, and anywho, how we got this property, I just felt overwhelmed with the fact that we were just supposed to, you know, be somewhere where we can grow. And I guess that was just my dream, and my husband's dream was to be able to do that. So we prayed about it, and we met with a wonderful couple that we do Bible study with on Mondays, or we used to until they moved and we moved. But anyways, we prayed about it on a Monday, and on Wednesday, I mean, we were property owners. My husband went into work, and the first person he asked if anybody knew anybody who was selling some property somewhere, that person said, yeah, I do. I have some 2.3 acres, you know, that I'm selling. And that was an answer to prayer. It was a real quick answer to prayer, a lot quicker than what we anticipated. And so we had in savings just what was required to purchase the property, which was just, you know, it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, this is definitely God doing this. You know, he is saying, yes, this is what we want. This is, you know, this is where he wants us. You know, we knew there was going to be a lot of sacrifices. I mean, I've been sacrificing a lot of things and doing things differently for years because I decided to be a stay-at-home homeschool mom, and that's not, you know, cheap on a one income family. So anywho, he just took all of our strengths and helped us to utilize them to get here. So we purchased the property, and we came out here and started kind of clearing some for ourselves, and it was just a way to teach our kids, you know, the basic tool usage of saws and you know, just coming out here and getting our hands dirty and getting sweaty and working, you know, and working on something that is our dream. Even though this all mostly got cleared by a company with tractors and more efficient equipment, it was still neat to be able to come out here and be a part of it, even though it was a real small part. You know, we got hand tools we're doing this with. We don't have any heavy equipment, or, you know, we had chainsaw, but there's only so much trees you can cut down yourself with your 2 kids and, you know, no equipment. So it was fun, and we enjoyed it, and it was a way for us to feel like we were moving forwards, you know, with something that property was just sitting, you know, and waiting for us to find the right time to move towards putting something out here. And so 2 years went by. We prayed and prayed and prayed, and God just sent several people in our lives just to give us some pointers and some ideas and some on when to sell. A friend of mine from high school that I love dearly, she lives down the road from us. She was our realtor, so she was able to sell her home and give us some, you know, good information on when and all of that, you know. So everything kind of just fell into place once we got really outside of our comfort zone. We just kind of said, you know what, Lord, if this is what you want for us, then we're going to walk by faith, and we're going to trust in this process, because you're sending people and you're giving us this information. You're waiting for us just to move, just to trust you and move, just go for it. And so that's how we ended up, you know, selling our home. I just started packing. I was just like, you know what, we don't have a place to go yet. We don't know what we're going to do from here. And that sounds crazy, and that's not how I normally operate. I am a food hoarder. I don't like not going to my cabinet and having a can of beans whenever I want beans for dinner. And I'm responsible for feeding our family and budgeting and making sure we have enough food. So I call myself a food hoarder. I'm sure there's others out there that like to have your basic things, food. I can go without anything else, but I'm not going to not be able to feed my family. So it's very, you know, for my husband and I, this being uncomfortable, and doing that was a risk. And so anyways, we're blessed. We're blessed, and might not be the path we had chose to get here, but it's the one that God chose for us. And we know He has us, and He's going to help us to make it happen, regardless to how slow or fast. But anywho, we're out here trying to get another camera set up, and for some reason it's not wanting to connect to the network, whatever. Yeah. Dirt pile is a kid's best friend. So exciting. It's exciting to see them be excited too. My husband's trying to get the camera working. It's starting to get dark. Sun's coming down. Yeah, so hopefully we don't have any more trespassers on the property, and hopefully nothing gets stolen. I mean, hopefully we'll have them on camera if that happens. Yeah, we still got, I guess they're waiting. There was no work done this past week and the week prior, I think, because they're still waiting for some land clearing to happen. All that big pile right there has to go get burnt. We're just gonna, the land clear is just gonna pile it up and burn it, which is a lot easier and cheaper to get rid of. There's our well, yay. And our pile of dirt in front of me. It's not much progress, especially when you're impatient like me, but it is progress, and it's one step closer to our home. Our home. Camper life is, you know, camper life. It's not the greatest, but it's definitely not the worst. We could be absolutely homeless, and we're so blessed. So, we'll be fine, you know, living in a camper for as long as it takes to get our home built. It's just, you know, I don't want to have to do it longer than what I have to do. Yeah, finding places for stuff and things has been a challenge, but also you learn how to live minimally, but still have your necessities, and also find good organizing habits. And yeah, so there's a lot of good, absolutely a lot of good that comes out of being forced in a situation you didn't prepare yourself for, because you adapt quickly and start to learn what works, what doesn't. And yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much the update that I have. And hopefully start of next week we'll have some more stuff going on here. More dirt moved, trees burnt, whatever. And I can be like, yay, more progress. So until then, guys, I hope you have a blessed week. Take care and God bless.